Hello, I am Teacher Joe, and today we are going to talk about how to keep a good relationship with a student. Number one, don't be uninterested. Get personal, but not too personal, of course. Ask what they did on their weekend, where they went, how they spent it. You can share what you did on your weekend, and you can share some pictures with the children, with the students. Try to remember little details of their family, how many brothers and sisters they have, where their parents work. You can chat about that next time in class. They really love teachers to be included and to have a memory of these little aspects of their life. Number two, don't be passive with parents. Try to include them in all of their children's improvements and let them know what their child still needs to work on. Of course, if they do not speak English very well, you can use the help of Screen Share and Google Translate. This is what has been very helpful for me to get some messages across with parents that don't speak English very well. Don't be too strict, but have some own rituals and routines that the children can follow and get a sense of belonging. So what I like to do is before each lesson, I have a Montessori board that I follow up with my students. They basically have the choice to circle what the weather is like, what day of the month it is, what season it is, what day of the week it is. And this gives them a healthy routine that they succeed in over time. And it teaches them how to express themselves through sentences. Number four, change things up a bit according to the child's needs or interests. For an example, I have a student who loves reading books, so at the end of each lesson I try to squeeze in some time for us to read ebooks. Another student loves playing the piano, so at the end of the lesson she always asks me if she can play her piano for me, so of course I listen to her and I praise her. We sing many songs. So you see, each student, they have their own individual needs and hobbies, and really pay attention to them and praise them, motivate them in them. Number five, don't be too serious. Try to have fun, don't be boring. Use humor naturally through the lesson material as much as possible. Keep in mind that these students, most of them, they come home from school at 5 o'clock and they get online to listen to our English lessons. So they are also very tired and they can't wait just to have a little bit of fun, to relax a little bit. And so it just, it's much more enjoyable. Number six, don't be unfriendly and serious. Stoop to their level, be friendly, be their friend, have fun, be silly, and enjoy the lessons. Number seven, don't criticize the students too much. Praise them. I've had many students who were lower levels and who couldn't pay attention, who wouldn't sit down, who wouldn't read, even if they could read. They were just so distracted and very disobedient. So what I did, I kept praising and praising them. And they, I guess, got so confused. They wanted to do actually a better job. And those students are some of the best students I have today. They have improved so much. So I always say praisement over criticism. It motivates. Of course, be patient with students.
Hello friends, my name is Teacher Jamie, and today I'm going to share some tips and tricks with you on how to build a good relationship with your students. First, let's look at an example. As you can see in this clip, my background is bland and boring, and I don't make use of any props to engage the student. My personality also comes off as a bit unfriendly, and I'm not making use of important teaching techniques such as TPR. Now, please enjoy this second clip, which demonstrates the correct way of achieving our goal. In this clip, I am energetic and cheerful, which creates a positive learning environment. I'm also using many props, flashcards, books, etc. to ensure that the lesson is interesting and exciting. And TPR is also in full use throughout the lesson. I'm encouraging students to share their ideas and preferences and using a good amount of free talk during class. And I'm making sure to ask them about their interests and their likes. Here's a bonus tip. I like to use fun games during class that I have created based on the students' interests that can be used as an interactive reward system for the student. Thank you so much for watching and happy teaching!
Hi everyone, here are my 7 tips how to keep a good relationship with your students. Tip number 1. Use your puppets. Puppets can help you a lot. You can make dialogues with puppets and students are going to be happy if you use puppets in your classroom. Tip number 2. Play games with your students. Make your class dynamic. Make your class fun. Be active. Be super active in your class. You can play different games with your students. Tip number 2. Personalize your class. Everyone wants to feel special, so you should use your student's name, at least your student's English name, in the class, because we all like the sound of our name. Students are going to be super excited if you use their own picture in some exercises and in game. We use ClassIn, so you can just cut your student's picture and play with it, and with your own picture, of course. Tip number 4, know what your students like. Feel free to ask your students what's your favorite cartoon, what's your favorite book. If your students like Harry Potter, talk about Harry Potter. Give them some texts as extensions about Harry Potter. If your students like My Little Pony, talk about My Little Pony with them. Prepare special materials about the topic that they like. I know it's a waste of time. Sometimes we don't have time to do it. But you can just go in YouTube, screenshot some cartoon and make some materials. You can easily find materials in internet or make your own materials. For example, I go to YouTube, find their favorite cartoon, make screenshots and bring them into the classroom. For example, Paw Patrol, My Little Pony. If you know what your students like, even those students who hate writing are going to write if you find the topic that they like.